COBWEB, released in 2023, directed by Samuel Bodin, written by Chris Thomas Devlin. This one was actually pretty unsettling. It had a few scary bits and it kept a good pace. I love the visuals and the overall aesthetic, but that wasn't quite enough to distract from the weaker elements like the major plot holes and boring characters. I mostly attribute this to the fact that, you know, lots of times in the horror genre, emphasis is placed on the supernatural events happening or the evil entity picking people out one by one. And I guess that's fine in some situations, like, you know, if you have an ensemble cast or whatever, but you can't have boring characters and a mediocre story. The kid was a blank slate. The adults were boring. Mrs. Divine, she was the saving grace for me. She's in there. She's making house calls. She's checking in. And she's a baddie too. You know, if only I had a teacher like that. Boy can dream. Speaking of dreams, the dream sequence was definitely one of the best scares. It was also creepy for me too, personally, because I sleep under an octagon-shaped window. Again, it was pretty unsettling and it had some good cinematography, but overall, I'd say you could probably sit this one out. The ending was underwhelming and I wish we got a little more substance from the characters, but you know, if you're a teen at a slumber party looking for a mild scare, this'll do the trick. This'll do it. All right, this is the part where I get into spoilers, so if you haven't watched it and you don't want it spoiled, click away and come back when you're ready. I'll be right here waiting. Okay, so earlier I mentioned plot holes. Now, this is something I try not to dwell on, but there was just so many. Okay, first off, if the monster's able to scratch through the wall, what's stopping it from getting out? And why keep the monster in the house at all? You know, case that bitch in cement, drop it in the fucking ocean. You know what? If it can't scratch through drywall, there's no chance it's gonna get through that. For that matter, why wouldn't the family just burn the house down, collect the insurance money, and move as far away as possible? Like, I understand we have to suspend our disbelief, but come on. Why didn't they kill it? That's something else we never really get an answer for. What is this creature? Is it a immortal demon or is it just a disfigured girl? It sure as hell seems to have some kind of supernatural abilities, but we never really get an explanation. And don't even get me started on the parents. You're gonna punish your son for hearing the demon that you trapped in his walls? What kind of bullshit is that? They must have been psychopaths before the sister was born. Either that or it really messed them up in the head so much that they lost all form of logic and reason and empathy for their only normal kid that they claim to care so much about. That's not really a plot hole. It's just something dumb that irks me so much when I see parents lashing out at their kids for something that it's the parents' fault. Also, if you're gonna bury a body, you gotta dig deeper than 12 inches below topsoil. I'm surprised no one found it sooner. A light rain could have unearthed those bones. Something else I noticed, which isn't a plot hole, but more of a continuity error. In the scene where Peter's mom scolds him for his drawing, you can see a cut right here on his chin. Now, Peter doesn't get that scrape until a few scenes later when he's pushed down by the bully at the playground. I'm not sure how it went unnoticed in the edit, but it's there, clear as day. Finally, my last and biggest nitpick. They shouldn't have shown the face. It was scarier without seeing it, but if you're gonna show the face, I tend to prefer practical effects. I think the CGI ruined it in this case. I mean, it looked like a haunted blueberry. In conclusion, who the fuck grows pumpkins in their backyard and keeps a demon trapped in their house with them? That's some white people shit. That's it for this one. I'll see you next time. Peace.